Hi everyone, it's me, Rudy Tinoco from the Magicians Forum, and I'm here to give you a very short review of decks. Because some of you over at the forum were asking me why it was that I sold the thing so quick. How could I have possibly come to a conclusion that this is not going to work for me without giving it the proper amount of practice? Are you sure you watched all the videos, Rudy? I really did. I even watched that introductory video of the history of how they came to this final iteration of this particular gimmick. It started off as something pretty bulky to a more streamlined thing that I got in my pocket right now. Now, Magic Orthodoxy gave this a really good review and give both the pros and cons in it. There's a point where he describes this thing almost as like being like having your dad's wallet in your front pocket. And I think back to what my dad had. He had a really thick leather wallet with a chain attached to his belt loop. But it was a pretty bulky thing, and I should have thought, I wouldn't want anything that big in my pocket. I'm a little guy. I'm about 5'7", so having this thing here. Let me tell you something. I don't wear pants that are too tight, nor do I wear pants that are, very loose. In fact, let me lower this camera down so you can see what this thing looks like in my pocket. All right, so I've got decks in my pocket. I'm sure that, as you even saw in the preview, you can see that it looks somewhat bulky even in their pocket. So this is me just wearing some regular khaki pants, and here it is. And in these particular pants, and I tried it with some jeans, and it's very, very similar. The pocket's somewhat deep. So if I was to perform this, saying, "Hey, name any card," Eight of Hearts. Eight of Hearts. So, is there any reason why you chose the Eight of Hearts? And you're thumbing around here in your pocket, and mine is pretty deep in here. As much as I've been messing with it, it looks pretty awkward there as you're digging around in your pocket. I'm sure there's offbeats, and I understand there's a context that needs to be taken into consideration with regard to whatever effect you're performing, right? On the offbeat, yeah, maybe you kind of, turn to your side and thumb around there and pull it out. Maybe for some guys, but I've been trying it and not quite working. And I don't want to give away too much, but there's a way in which this thing is made that should allow you to get to a card a little bit quicker. What I find is that as I'm in there and trying to get to it, there's sort of a skipping action where I guess I don't know if it's exposing it, but essentially I'm counting past where I need to go because this thing's not actually working in some portions as it's described in the video. So this is what it looks like. Again, maybe you don't have as deep of pockets as I do, but here digging down around and counting and trying to get that card and pulling it out, I don't know. It wasn't exactly working for me. And even just to have something this bulky in my pocket, to be quite honest, I just wouldn't roll around with anything like this in my pocket. It would look, I think for those who know me here, it would just be awkward. And so because of the size, I don't dig this thing as it is, let alone, hey, what's the card you're choosing? Yeah, is there any reason why you're thinking of that card? Of course, these guys are pretty quick with it, but watch the instructional video and see that there's times where even they kind of struggle, and they have some outs for that in the case that they miss. Let me get this camera back up here. But watching, which I think was a really cool point of the instructional video, watching a guy who has not yet messed with decks, who doesn't really have any experience with it, watching them teach him from the beginning of not knowing anything to progressing. I'm glad they did that. But as you watch it, there's almost a sense of going, man, this brother's being taught by the one who created the thing, and the guy's having a difficult time. And again, I appreciate their honesty and just watching this guy process through that. But I don't know. It almost made me think, yeah, I don't know. This is not for me. So anyhow, everybody has their own style of performance. Maybe for some guys, man, this might be great. For me, it's just not really feasible. What I have actually been using, which is really for Mercury folded cards, is Etienne Pradier's Lucky 13. It's something that he showed us when he did his lecture for the Magician's Forum, and immediately when I saw it, I go, oh man, that's awesome. I want that. And so I purchased it. And I'm not going to give away what it is exactly, but I'll show you a little demonstration here. So check this out. So now I wanted to demonstrate for you Etienne Pradier's Lucky 13, which I'm wearing right now. And so in this case, of course, with any index, you're going to have to reach into a pocket somewhere. So, but In this instance, I would ask the spectator to name a card. So say they said Ace of Hearts, for example. Great, I already have it here in my hand, and it really is that quickly. There's the Ace of Hearts. Maybe, I don't know if it's a little bit harder, but I'd say, all right, Four of Spades. Four of Spades, got it. Look, here's the Four of Spades. And again, it really is that fast. Of course, if you know how to perform Etienne's routine here, it requires a little bit of equivoque or equivoque, whatever you want to call it, but it's what I've been using, and it's really quick and I think a lot better than decks, my honest opinion. Anyway, those are some of my thoughts, and hopefully it helps you make a more informed decision. So, all right, I'm wishing you all the best. Take care. Bye.